when Sigma males use their insane psychic powers. There's something different about Sigma males, something that sets them apart in ways most people can't explain. It's not just intelligence or independence, it's an almost supernatural ability to see what others miss. They walk through life with an awareness that feels impossible to the average person. They don't just read people, they decode them. They don't just sense danger, they see it coming. They don't just adapt, they bend reality to their will. Call it instinct, call it heightened perception, or call it insane psychic power. But one thing is clear. Sigma males are operating on a different level. While the world is distracted by noise and illusion, they navigate through life like unseen strategists, always 10 steps ahead. They know when someone is lying, they feel when a storm is coming, and without saying a word, they can shift the energy in a room. But here's the real question. If you have this power within you, are you using it, or are you letting the world dull your senses, forcing you to fit in when you were never meant to? This video is for those who refuse to be blind. If you've ever felt that pull, that awareness that you see things others don't, then watch until the end. It's time to unlock what's already inside you. It's time to tap into the insane psychic power of the Sigma male. Number 1, they dream of future events, and they come true. A Sigma male's dreams are not random, meaningless fragments of his subconscious. They are glimpses of what's to come. While most people dismiss their dreams as distorted memories or buried emotions, he knows better. Time and time again, he has experienced events that feel eerily familiar, moments that play out exactly as they did in his sleep. It's not just déjà vu, it's proof that his mind is tapping into something beyond the ordinary. This ability isn't about superstition. It's rooted in a mind that is constantly processing patterns, absorbing details, and predicting outcomes even while at rest. His subconscious connects pieces that his waking mind hasn't yet assembled, creating vivid scenarios that later unfold in reality. Some dreams are symbolic, revealing truths that aren't yet obvious, while others are direct previews of events that haven't happened yet. Either way, he doesn't ignore them. When a Sigma male wakes up with a strong feeling about something, he pays attention. If a face, a place, or a specific moment lingers in his mind, he knows it's not just imagination, it's a message. He has learned that his dreams often reveal opportunities, warnings, and sometimes even the arrival of certain people long before they appear in his life. While others dismiss their dreams as coincidences, he uses them as a guide, preparing himself for what's ahead. This ability is both a gift and a responsibility. It allows him to navigate life with an awareness that most people lack, but it also isolates him. How do you explain to someone that you knew something would happen before it did, that you saw it, felt it, lived it in your mind first? Most wouldn't believe it, but the Sigma male doesn't need them to. He trusts his own experiences, and more importantly, he trusts his own mind. And as life continues to prove him right, he moves forward with quiet confidence, knowing that what he dreams today may very well become reality tomorrow. Number 2, they command animals without words. A Sigma male doesn't need words to communicate with animals. There's something about his presence, his energy, his silence, his unshakable composure that animals instantly recognize. They either gravitate toward him with a deep, unspoken trust or keep their distance, sensing something powerful they don't fully understand. It's not about training or tricks. It's an instinctual exchange, a raw, primal connection that goes beyond human logic. Animals operate on intuition. They don't rely on words or false expressions. They feel intentions. They pick up on fear, dominance, calmness, and even unspoken thoughts. A Sigma male, being highly self-aware and naturally in tune with the world around him, understands this without needing to be taught. His presence alone speaks volumes, and animals respond accordingly. A dog that barks at strangers will sit quietly in his presence. A wild animal that would normally flee might linger, sensing no threat. A predator, on the other hand, may see him as an equal, acknowledging his silent authority rather than challenging it. This isn't just about how animals react to him, it's about what it reveals. While most people treat animals as inferior, as creatures to be controlled, a Sigma male respects them on a deeper level. He doesn't force submission. He doesn't rely on commands. He simply is, and that alone is enough. Whether an animal views him as a leader or a mystery, the response is always strong, never neutral. This ability extends beyond just animals. It reflects the way he moves through the world, without excess noise, without unnecessary force, yet always making an impact. People, much like animals, either trust him instinctively or fear him without knowing why. It's a presence that can't be faked, a power that doesn't need to be explained, and those who witness it, whether human or not, always feel it. Number 3, they can tell who secretly resents them. A Sigma male never falls for false kindness. He hears the words people say, but more importantly, he picks up on what they don't say. The forced enthusiasm, the slight hesitation, the energy shift when he walks into a room, these subtle cues reveal everything. He doesn't need someone to openly admit their resentment. He can feel it. It lingers in the air, in the way someone avoids eye contact just a second too long, in the tension disguised as politeness. He knows who secretly wishes for his downfall, even if they smile in his face. Jealousy and hidden grudges aren't always loud. Most people don't openly admit their envy, especially towards someone like a Sigma male, who moves in silence and doesn't play into ego-driven games. But resentment has a way of exposing itself in the smallest details. A backhanded compliment, a delayed response, a lack of support disguised as indifference. While others overlook these signs, he registers them instantly. He doesn't react, doesn't call it out. He simply takes note. And once he knows where someone truly stands, they lose all power over him. This awareness protects him from betrayal before it happens. Others might be blindsided when a so-called friend turns against them, but a Sigma male already saw it coming. He never gives people the benefit of the doubt when their energy tells him otherwise. If someone harbors resentment, he senses it long before they ever act on it. And when the moment finally arrives, when the mask slips and the truth is exposed, he isn't shocked. He's already moved 3 steps ahead. That's the power of knowing what others try to hide. He doesn't waste time in fake relationships, doesn't invest in those who secretly root against him. He lets people reveal themselves not through their words, but through their energy. And by the time they realize he's onto them, it's already too late. Number 4, they break curses, spells, and negative energy fields. A Sigma male walks through life untouched by the negativity that consumes others. No ill-intentioned spell, curse, or wave of bad energy lingers on him for long. He may not even acknowledge such things, but that doesn't matter. His presence alone is enough to disrupt them. His mind is too strong, his energy too impenetrable. Anything meant to weaken him bounces off like it hit a wall, returning to its source with twice the force. This isn't about superstition, it's about the power of an unshakable spirit. Most people are easily influenced by negativity, absorbing fear, doubt, and low vibrations without realizing it. A single insult, a moment of self-doubt, a toxic environment, these things infect the average person, shaping their reality. But a Sigma male is different. He doesn't let external forces dictate his state of mind. He operates on a frequency so high that negativity simply can't take hold. Those who try to harm him, whether through manipulation, deceit, or even something as extreme as an actual curse, find their efforts wasted. Their energy doesn't penetrate, their hatred doesn't stick, their plans fall apart before they can even begin. And the more they try, the more drained they become, as if their own darkness is consuming them instead. A Sigma male doesn't need rituals or protection spells. His mindset alone is the shield. He refuses to entertain fear, refuses to feed into paranoia. He moves forward unaffected, while those who wished him harm are left frustrated, wondering why nothing ever seems to work against him. Some might call it luck, others might call it something else. But the truth is simple. He is untouchable, and no force, seen or unseen, can break a mind that refuses to be controlled. Number 5, they evoke strong reactions, love or fear, never indifference. A Sigma male never goes unnoticed. Even in silence, even in the background, his presence shifts the energy in the room. People either admire him or fear him. There's no middle ground. His energy is too intense, too self-contained to be ignored. Some see it as confidence, others as a quiet threat. But either way, they feel it. And that feeling lingers, whether they want it to or not. Those who are drawn to him see something rare. An individual who doesn't seek approval, doesn't beg for attention, yet commands it effortlessly. They respect his independence, his unshakable mindset, his refusal to follow the herd. To them, he is an enigma, someone they want to understand, to be around, to learn from. His authenticity is magnetic in a world full of people trying to be something they're not. And because he never forces connection, those who admire him feel privileged just to be in his orbit. But then there are those who react differently, the ones who feel unsettled, defensive, even afraid, without fully understanding why. They sense his strength, but instead of respecting it, they resist it. His ability to see through facades makes them uncomfortable. His refusal to conform feels like an unspoken challenge, and because they cannot control him, they try to discredit him, belittle him, or turn others against him, yet none of it affects him. He remains unbothered, watching as their fear exposes itself. Indifference is never an option. Whether it's admiration or intimidation, people react strongly to a Sigma male because he represents something they don't encounter often, someone who moves without fear, without neediness, without compromise. Love him or fear him, but ignore him, impossible. Number 6, predicting betrayal before it happens. A Sigma male operates on a level of awareness that most people can't comprehend. He doesn't need someone to lie to his face or get caught in the act. He already knows when betrayal is coming. His mind processes subtle details in ways others overlook. A change in someone's tone, the slight hesitation before they answer a question, a forced smile that doesn't match their eyes. These tiny shifts tell him everything he needs to know. It's not paranoia. It's pattern recognition at its highest level. Most people ignore their gut instincts, brushing off warning signs as overthinking. A Sigma male doesn't make that mistake. He trusts his subconscious, that deep internal radar that pieces things together faster than logic can explain. If a friend's behavior starts feeling off, if a partner suddenly becomes distant, if a colleague starts acting too friendly while keeping something hidden, he picks up on it instantly. He may not react right away, but he stores that information, watches and waits. Betrayal rarely happens in an instant, it builds over time. Small changes in someone's words, actions, and energy reveal their intentions long before they act on them. A Sigma male connects these dots effortlessly. He doesn't need confrontation to confirm what he already knows. By the time the betrayal actually happens, he's already mentally moved on, distancing himself from the person long before they even realize it. And when the moment of truth arrives, he's not shocked, hurt, or unprepared. He's just proven right. This ability isn't just about self-protection, it's power. While others are blindsided by disloyalty, the Sigma male stays ahead, always in control. Those who think they can deceive him never realize they've already been exposed. Number 7, they can make people reveal secrets unintentionally. A Sigma male has a way of making people talk, sometimes even against their own will. It's not manipulation, not trickery, but something far more unsettling. People open up around him, revealing things they swore they'd keep hidden, spilling secrets they never intended to share. It happens so effortlessly that they don't even realize what they've done until it's too late. And by then he already has the information he needs. This ability isn't about asking the right questions. In fact, a Sigma male rarely asks at all. He doesn't need to. His mere presence creates an unspoken interrogation, a psychological space where people feel compelled to fill the silence. Unlike others who press and probe, he does the opposite. He listens. He allows people to talk themselves into a corner, to reveal more than they should, simply because they feel safe, unjudged, and strangely drawn to his quiet nature. But make no mistake, this is no accident. He knows exactly what he's doing. He understands that most people are desperate to be heard, to be understood, to unload their burdens. They misinterpret his silence as permission to confess, and before they even realize it, they've handed him valuable insight about their fears, their ambitions, their weaknesses. The most dangerous part? He doesn't react. He doesn't give them the satisfaction of knowing what he's thinking. That lack of immediate judgment makes people reveal even more, scrambling to fill the void with more details, more explanations, more truth. And all the while he just absorbs it, storing every word, every hidden meaning, every crack in their facade. By the time the conversation ends, he knows them better than they know themselves. He walks away with their secrets, their vulnerabilities, their deepest fears, all given to him freely, without force, without effort. They may never understand how it happened, but he does. And he never forgets what he's learned. Number 8. Telepathic-like connections with other high-level thinkers. When two high-level minds connect, something extraordinary happens. There's no need for excessive words, explanations, or small talk. A simple glance, a pause, a shared silence. These alone are enough to transmit entire ideas. Sigma males operating on a frequency that most people never reach, recognize this instinctively. They don't waste time breaking concepts down for those who can't keep up. But when they come across another mind as sharp as theirs, the exchange is instant, effortless, and almost telepathic. This isn't magic. It's an unspoken language built on intelligence, awareness, and a deep understanding of human nature. A Sigma male can pick up on the smallest cues, a shift in expression, a flicker of thought behind someone's eyes, the subtle weight behind their words. And when he meets someone who processes reality the same way, conversations move beyond the surface and into something far deeper. Sentences are left unfinished yet fully understood. Ideas unfold without needing to be explained. It's as if the thoughts are already shared before they're spoken. This level of connection is rare. Most people rely on words to bridge the gap between their minds, struggling to be understood. But for Sigma males, true understanding isn't built on words, it's built on recognition. When they encounter another high-level thinker, there's an immediate sense of mutual respect. There's no competition, no need to prove anything, just a natural flow of ideas, strategies, and perspectives that expand in ways ordinary minds can't grasp. This ability makes Sigma males formidable. While the world is busy talking, they are communicating in ways that others can't perceive. Their connections are built on clarity, intuition, and an unshakable sense of knowing. And for those lucky enough to experience this kind of understanding, it's not just conversation, it's something far more powerful. Number 9, entering the minds of his enemies. A Sigma male doesn't just observe his enemies, he enters their minds. He studies their patterns, their behaviors, their reactions, and before they even make a move, he already knows what they're going to do. It's not guessing, it's not luck. It's an instinct sharpened by years of detachment, observation, and an ability to process information at a level most people never reach. He sees what motivates them, what fears control them, and what weaknesses they don't even realize they have. Most people reveal themselves without knowing it. They think they're being discreet, but their words, expressions, and decisions expose their entire thought process. A Sigma male picks up on these details instantly. The way someone holds their posture, the slight shift in their tone when they lie, the hesitation before answering a question. These are all pieces of a puzzle that he puts together effortlessly. He doesn't just know what his enemies want. He knows why they want it, how they plan to get it, and what will make them crumble. This level of awareness makes him impossible to defeat. His enemies think they are strategizing against him, but in reality, they are following a script he has already read. He can predict their next move before they've even made it. If they try to manipulate him, he turns the game back on them. If they attempt to attack, he's already positioned himself out of reach. It's not just intelligence, it's complete psychological dominance. What makes it even more terrifying is that his enemies never realize they've lost until it's too late. By the time they act, the Sigma male has already adjusted, already won, already moved on. They're left frustrated, confused, wondering how he was always a step ahead. But that's the power of a mind that operates outside the limits of normal perception. He doesn't just face his enemies, he enters them, dismantles them, and leaves them playing a game they never had a chance of winning. Number 10, they know when someone is thinking about them. A Sigma male doesn't need a message or a phone call to know when someone is thinking about him. He can feel it. It's not a wild guess or some vague intuition. It's a sharpened awareness that picks up on unseen connections between minds. While most people dismiss this as coincidence, he understands that thoughts are energy, and energy always leaves a trace. He notices the sudden shift in his own thoughts, the unexplainable feeling that someone's presence is lingering in his mind. And more often than not, that feeling is confirmed when the person eventually reaches out. This ability isn't just limited to friends or people he's close to. Even enemies, former acquaintances, or people from his past can unknowingly send out signals when they fixate on him. A Sigma male may suddenly recall a person he hasn't thought about in years, only to have them appear in his life shortly after. It's not luck, and it's not random. His mind is wired to detect the pull of focused attention, no matter how far away it comes from. He never ignores these moments because he knows they aren't meaningless. If someone is thinking about him intensely, it usually means one of two things. They either want something from him, or they are trying to understand him. Either way, he remains unshaken. He lets them come to him, knowing that when they finally do, he'll already have the upper hand. This awareness gives him a psychological advantage. He's always a step ahead in social interactions, always in control of his responses. While others stumble through conversations unaware of hidden motives, he walks in knowing exactly what's going on beneath the surface. It's not mind reading, it's simply tuning into a frequency most people ignore. And once he's aware of it, he plays the game with a level of mastery that keeps everyone else wondering how he always seems to know. They attract information without searching. A Sigma male doesn't chase information, it comes to him. While others struggle to find answers, dig through research, or rely on endless questioning, he somehow stumbles upon exactly what he needs without even trying. It's as if the universe itself delivers the right insights at the perfect time. Whether through casual conversations, an overheard remark, a book randomly opened to the right page, or even a vivid dream, the knowledge he seeks always seems to find its way to him. This isn't luck, and it's not a coincidence. It's the result of a mind that is constantly tuned in, always processing, always ready to connect the dots. He doesn't force information to reveal itself. He remains open, and in doing so he allows it to flow toward him. People unknowingly hand him valuable details, sometimes revealing things they never intended to share. He walks into situations where key knowledge is casually dropped in his lap. The right opportunities, the hidden truths, the missing pieces, they all come together effortlessly because his awareness is always absorbing more than what's on the surface. This ability gives him an edge in everything. He knows things before he's told. He predicts trends before they become obvious. He senses shifts in energy before they manifest in reality. And while others waste time chasing knowledge in desperation, he simply allows it to find him. This is why he often seems ahead of the curve, always in possession of insights that others struggle to obtain. It's not that he doesn't seek information, he just doesn't seek it the way most people do. Instead of looking for it with blind effort, he attracts it. His presence, his focus, and his understanding of patterns act as a magnet, pulling in exactly what he needs at exactly the right moment. By the time the world catches up, he's already moved forward, armed with knowledge that seemed to arrive out of nowhere. A Sigma male doesn't need to prove his power, it speaks for itself. His mind operates on a level most can't comprehend, sensing things before they happen, understanding people without words, and navigating life with an almost supernatural awareness. While others second-guess themselves, he moves with certainty. While others fall into traps, he sees them coming long before they're set. This isn't luck, and it's not coincidence. It's the result of a mind that refuses to be distracted, a soul that operates outside the limits of ordinary perception. But this power isn't just about survival or self-preservation. It's about something bigger. The Sigma male isn't here to impress or dominate. He's here to evolve, to sharpen his instincts, refine his wisdom, and master the unseen forces that shape reality. His ability to predict, sense, and influence isn't a trick. It's a responsibility. Because knowing what others don't means carrying a weight they'll never understand. Seeing through deception means walking alone, untouched by illusions. And standing outside the herd means bearing the silence that comes with independence. Not everyone will understand him, and that's fine. He doesn't need them to. What matters is that he stays true to his nature, honing his gifts, using them wisely, and never letting the noise of the world dull his instincts. His power is real, his path is his own, and no one, not society, not expectations, not even fear, can take that away from him.